All right, everyone, welcome to IT Learn. This is a session on QTP Live Project. So it's more of an orientation session. We will talk about how this whole project is going to work at a high level. So team, I'm using a blank document just to drive through the entire points of what we're going to do. So primarily team, what we're going to focus is why this project. That's the first thing. All right, what is the purpose of the whole project? And then we're going to talk about how does it work. How are you going to be part of the project? How are you going to execute things and so on? What is it that you can expect? We'll talk about what to expect through the end of the project. I'm also going to talk about prerequisites. What I expect from you to know before you get into this project, and what you need to be prepared before day one. All right. Finally, we'll get into schedule and we will talk about how the whole program will be broken down into various phases, and then Q&A, your favorite section. All right. So why this project team? Most of you already know. I would love to keep it interactive. So let me know over chat. Why do you want to do this project? What is the reason for you to get into this kind of a project work that we're talking about? This is primarily to get what team? Hands-on, right? Experience, then real time. What else? Real time, hands on. What else? To learn practically, correct? What else? Job, to get a project on profile, right? Project on profile. Then build confidence, sharpen skill, all right? Boost confidence. There you go. Then what else, team? Sharpen skill and improve weak areas. But this is not a training team. All right, let me tell you, this is not a training. What does that mean? I am not going to sit and teach you anything. It's not going to happen. There's not going to be any teaching from my side. What's going to happen is you doing all the hard work. I'm in fact going to sit back in a chair and watch you do. And then I will try and give some directions. I will give guidance. I will try and move you through the right process, right procedures. That's what is going to happen. Now, this project is primarily for all of this on what team? QA, automation, HP, QTP slash UFT, which is the latest version 11.5. This is the focus. And as part of this, you will be doing a lot more things. Okay. So now let me talk about how it's going to work, team. First, what will happen is we will create project teams. So what does that mean? Typically, for these projects, we will get anywhere between 40 to 60 participants into it. Now, if all of you start working together and deliver one piece, it will become a problem. So the way it's going to work is we will break the entire team down into smaller teams of about 5 to 8 people in each. All right, of 5 to 8 in each team. You will be working as a team. All right, you will be given a scope of work, you will be given an application under test, and you will be guided to saying that what needs to be done. All right, there will be a specific timeline, there will be specific activities that will be mentioned. We will meet as a group every uh, 2 to 3 days. Typically, we're talking again 2 to 3 times a week. All right. Each team will work rigorously or will work actively with team members every day, each day, for about 4 to 5 hours. What does that mean? In a given week's time, you will see that you will spend typically between 20 to 30 hours of project work. All right. So you'll be spending about 20 to 30 hours of project work, team. You will be given, basically, we will start with giving each session. When we talk about group sessions, meet as a group, here is where um, we will, Karthik and Manoj is our team lead along with me. So both of us, from a technical side point of view and a project point of view, we will be guiding. Will guide through what needs to be done that week. So what you will be doing as a team is you will work on building the project. What is that? It is documentation, it is test suite, um, it is all your test artifacts, all right, automation scripts, plans, okay, Excels, test data, all of these things, team, you will be building within your team. And then what you're going to do is you're going to create a shared folder in Google Drive, and you will start placing all your updates in there. All right. So, for example, if I can quickly take an example of Selenium Live project that we completed just very recently, and take that as an example to walk you through, you will see that we created a folder specifically for the Selenium Live project. One second, please. Selenium live project. There you go. So here, if you see team, we broke the entire audience into many teams. This entire folder is the output of what we did. So we have team Tracers, Ninja Neo, Codex, Quest, Invictus. So there were 6 teams that we divided. And each team, for example, if I go to Invictus, you will see has created all of these things, separate documents and artifacts for everything. So their test plan is here. They've created a detailed task list of what they need to do. All of this is done by the team. What are the test cases, how are they, all of them are created and put into different folders. Automation test scripts were created here and they were kept into this folder and so on. So there is a lot of work and activity, team, that you will see that has been performed by each group, and you will be putting all of them, team, as part of um, the document that I was talking about. So in the Google Drive. So you'll be working very, very collaboratively with a team. And trust me, team, what you can expect as part of this is challenges. All right. You will literally feel that what is happening. All right. There are some team members who are there. There are some members who are working independently. There are some people who are not at all working. Some people start very actively and then they disappear into the other teams, or they just drop off and so on. So you will face many challenges. You will also face many surprises because, like real projects, you will see all of these that you need to cross as hurdles. You have to go over, you have to make sure that you cross them, and you have to make sure that you go and improve the entire confidence level that you've created. Okay, you will see that you will build a lot of hands-on experience. Like I was saying earlier, you will go through all of these various sections of developing, but what will happen is you will focus on the project and scope. Okay, at the end, what you would do is, in fact, one of the things, how does it work, is each week, uh, 1 to 2 team members from each team will give a walkthrough of the project status. So what happens is we will give you an update of what you need to do. We will walk you through automation requirements, what is the scope, what is the application walkthrough, all that we would do, and then you would start working as you make progress, you will show us back as to what you have done, what you're going to do at your end. And what that will do, team, is it will improve your confidence level significantly when you present back to a large audience, about 50, 60 members, and tell them that, hey guys, this is what we have done. We have done this, we faced these problems, but we created this function libraries, we automated this portion, we did this data driven framework. So, why do you think, team, I ask people to present it as a walkthrough of your project? Why am I asking you guys to do it? What could be the reason behind that specific initiative and activity? Interviews, specifically, team. Absolutely to grow confidence. It is absolutely for you to understand. So I'll write it here. Project status, right? Presentations help to build communication skill. Right, I will be very critical in these sessions, team. If someone is not talking properly, or they're not able to express themselves clearly in proper words, or if I see grammatical errors in what they do, that is number one. To build communication, to build confidence. Moreover, you will prepare yourself for the interview. Think about it for a second. When you get to an interview and someone sees what you have done in a project and they ask you, explain to me about this project. When you have spoken about this project 4 or 5 times with other members, so many times you've explained, people like me, Manoj, and other team members, you have already built the confidence. You are now so comfortable to talk about your project that you will show the excitement, you will show the real involvement that you went through. And that will really convince the interviewers that yes, this person has worked on the project. And that is exactly, these are the kind of skills we are looking at. And so you will build confidence, you will build skill, communication skill, but more importantly, you'll prepare yourself better for interviews. Okay, prepare better for interviews, because that is exactly what you will do. Because one of the easiest questions for the interview to ask is, all right, tell me what you did in this project. Depending on what you say, they will drill down. Okay, all right, hold on one second. You said you built a data driven framework. What is a data driven framework? Now, having done this practically, having presented it to the others, and having seen how the other teams are doing, it will be very useful for you to know. Again, going back to that Google Doc that Google Drive was talking about, in this drive, the great part, team, is you are, look at it, there are 39 more members in this group. So there are about 45. This was a Selenium project that we did, right? So not only do you see what you have done, but you'll continue to see what the other team members have also done. So it is not just what you have done. For example, look at this. The team has also maintained a timesheet of who has put in how many hours of effort. This is absolutely project like team. The only big difference is all of you are remote, most of you are working virtually, and you're not unfortunately getting paid right away for it. Right? That's the main difference on it. But again, the projects are of high significance. This will really build your overall skill level, team. Now, what else is there? What else did I want to talk about? What to expect, team? Again, why this project is what you should expect. All right, this is what you would expect at the end. Like focuses on the project and scope and all of these things. All right, prerequisites. There's no surprise in this, team. I expect you to base fundamentals of testing, QA, right? Then I expect you to know fundamentals. Oops. Of QTP and automation fundamentals. I want the basic fundamentals. When I ask you what is an object, what are object properties, there should be a crystal clear clarity in what you believe in it. Correct? Yes, you should know things like actions. You should know things like what are functions. You should know about objects. You should know about object repositories and so on. You should also know very significantly what is descriptive programming. All right, you will have to go through a lot of videos to get there if you have not already seen it, but I'm going to guide you where. You should be comfortable in VB scripting. All right, to what level? VB scripting is one of the most easiest ones. If you have watched my videos, more than enough. all right, and you should be comfortable in frameworks, all right, if not building, at least to maintain frameworks. So if you're not comfortable to build frameworks from scratch, you at least know how, when you see a framework, what that framework is, how that works, how can you customize it. So you're able to customize and maintain frameworks. This is what I'm expecting team as a prerequisites. In fact, one of the things that you need to do is what is this? Okay, there you go. I have so if you go to the website and you go to live trainings, I recently completed one QTP bite-sized videos. Remember. So this one, while I thought I'll do 5 minutes, 10 minutes of videos for each topic, we went about covering right from automation testing basics all the way through record and run, VB script overview, every concept that is essential for you to know as part of QTP, automation, VB scripting, and so on, is all in this team. There are about 50 videos. I would say average is about 15 minutes. So total about 15 to 20 hours of video content team. This specific session, say URL, you need to go through. All right. At least watch the videos as a movie and take notes. That is the minimum thing I expect. You can also can be used as a reference as you go along, but if you don't start with a basic knowledge, then it will become a problem. In fact, Manoj, quick question, you're there, right? I'm going to unmute you in case I've not unmuted you earlier. There you go. We will have to conduct a test like we did in Selenium Live project, so that we are able to understand the skill level of the participants. Okay.
Yeah, sure, Karthik. We can have in next week, I think.
Yes. So early next week, we will conduct one with about 30, 40 questions on these specific topics, so we can assess how people are overall. And the reason we want to do this test team is it will tell you how good you are or how bad you are, number one. It will also tell us how we could divide the teams. What typically happens, team, is I've seen that, like in real time projects, every project doesn't have equal skilled people. So there are people with 5 years experience. There are then clubbed with people who are absolutely beginners. But then the experienced people are needing to train on the job the new freshers, beginner level people, so that they can execute the project. So at the end, what is it that you need to do? You need to go back and look at what is expected. You are expected to complete your scope of work for that application in that specific timeline. All right, that is what we would expect you to go through. So what you need to be prepared before day one? Yes, screening test. This is a screening test. In fact, team, if you're someone who's not yet joined QTP training, okay, you have not gone through the videos, you're losing time. You'll probably have about 5 6 days to watch about 15 hours of content before you get into the next level. So make sure you take your decision quickly, immediately. We will not be able to fit in everyone. There is will be a cutoff, at least 50% scoring, and then if you don't pass the scoring level for the test, you may not get selected for the project. Why? Because you will drastically pull down the remaining team members. Again, I'm not saying that you should not. All I'm saying is then you should prepare more harder, put in your efforts now, get ready before you get into the project. So there'll be a screening test. Then we will have day one, where I will walk through the entire stuff. Typically, what you'll see in a day one team is it should be here what I did for day one for Selenium Live project. So session one intro. I think no, this is from the team. So here you go. So day one is we will introduce you to the project. We will prepare a high level test plan. We'll talk about roles and responsibilities. I will walk through the automation application and a test. Then I'll talk about what is in scope of testing and automation and the overall time frame. Those are the topics that we will cover as part of the first session for the project. Before that, you have to go through the screening test, then the day one walkthrough, and finally, we should be able to complete in between 2 to 3 weeks. Selenium Live project took almost 4 weeks. I'm expecting that even this project may take up to 4 weeks. So the overall I will say 3 to 4 weeks. Right. So even if we start sometime next week, let's see. Uh, Today's 27th. Oops, March. Um, Third, between third to fourth. Okay, between third to seventh, third, 10th, 17th, 24th. So 3rd March, week of 3rd March, and then 7th. So by complete before end of March, that is the expectation 2014. So between 3rd to 10th March, we will have the screening and day one session. Okay. By then you will know which teams and so on. So from there on, you will go on to end of March. Now, if any of you are working full time, that is, you have a day job and you are not able to spend enough time with the team members, then you'll have to spend more time towards the evening to do it, at least 2 3 hours every day, team. Because I know a lot of people who are not working, who are working full time and still did the project, and there was a lot of commitment from them. There are sometimes personal challenges, priorities take over, changes in schedule from your end or our end, but you'll have to stick through and complete the project, team. The only thing I can tell you is one thing, team, is what you will see towards the end of the project is going to be significantly different. In fact, I'm very tempted to open the emails of feedback emails that I've received from the Selenium Live project, but I cannot do that without taking permission from the team members to share this. So team, please make sure that you're well prepared and you get to doing this before we move forward. Now, one of the things that you need to watch is, where is this live project link? Manoj, anything else from your side while I'm just searching for a couple of links?
Nothing, Karthik. I think we can start with test and then we can divide teams. So I can say to all members that be prepared for that test.
Yeah, the test will be important. It's your own assessment, team, where you are. So, and the test will not be a rocket science test. It will be fundamental. I believe in absolute simple fundamental concepts that are important, because that will let me know. I mean, you cannot go and build uh, something like a golden gate bridge without the basics of civil engineering, right? So that fundamentals are needed, team. That's what I really emphasize on. So here is the other link for the QTP live project, where you have a Q&A form, team. So any questions that you have, in fact most of them would have answers here. So you can ask your questions in this section. You can continue to go forward down, all the way down, and you will see the answers also for every question that is being asked. Any questions that you have, team, you can put them out here. And this video after this will also be placed in this project, in this same page. So you can use this. I'm going to put it on chat for everyone to take it. The test will be online. We will use go to training for the test. So you join this session, you will join the same, and we will launch a test with it. In fact, for example, manage tests. There should be add test from library. See, we have so many tests here. Oh, oops, I don't think you're able to see the screen, is it? Sorry, team. So QTP Live project, what I was saying a couple of seconds back is, in this specific page, you would see the section where you can ask a question. And as you scroll down, you will also see all the answers for every question that is being asked. So any questions that you have, team, you could put it in here. I'm going to refresh in a quick second to take up any questions. So team, any questions, please visit the URL that I sent. Scroll down to the middle of the page. You will see the question that you can ask here, and then I will be able to answer it. So the test for go to training, you will take it here. In fact, there are many tests here. Selenium Live Project Screening Test. There you go. So if you see this test, uh, like this, all right. So you'll have a test that will come up, and as you go along, you'll keep answering the entire test, and at the end of it you will submit it. You'll go to the next page and so on, and you'll be able to submit your tests. All right, team. So any questions, please use the link that I showed to put your questions. I'm going to take a few questions. There are over 75 members in the session right now, so I might not be able to handle all the questions. However, I will take up the most important ones and answer them. So team, please use the link. Go to the middle of the page. You'll see a Google form where you can ask a question, and I'm going to answer quickly some of the questions that will come up there. All right. So meanwhile, I'm sure most of your questions must have got answered. Yes, it will be a multiple choice question. That I can see as to uh, if anyone has asked or put any questions there. Team, I'm telling you to put the questions in the page. Why do you still use the chat? What are the deliveries expected? See again, everything is being asked here. The first thing I expect is to follow instructions, team, from my side. And I'm not going to be soft about it. It's going to be very hard. You have to follow the instructions. You have to go through this. Again, I'm not trying to be, very abrasive or boasting about how we do things. Just the fact that this is a very important aspect of overall communication and how we work. So, team, I am quickly looking at answers. If I don't have any questions being asked, then I will let you put questions offline and I will answer them offline. All right. So it depends on who's asking questions. Why is people not asking questions here? Is it not? Have you put anyone put questions here? Okay, it's not working. Okay. Interesting, team. I don't think it's working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly copy. So hold on, some of the questions that have come up through the chat and try and answer them. All right. So I'm going to go back to my Word doc. I'm going to the end. Put some of the questions and I'm going to start answering. All right. So, team, it started way in the forward, but if I keep scrolling down to some of the recent questions, how do we know when the test is? You will get the email about it. I'm new to QTP. So, Veena, if you're new to QTP, then you will need to work very hard by going through those videos that I've been showing you earlier. In fact, the quick link to that page, I've already put it here, is live trainings, QTP bite sized. There you go. All right. I'm going to put this link into the page so that you can look at it. All right, team. So that's one. What are the deliverables expected by the end of the project? I will go through this at length, team, but basically your automation scripts and complete walkthrough of what you've done. Is there any sample test available? Nope. Are you going to start manual testing in near future? No, I don't think I'll start in manual testing or anything right now. It's not in the plan. What team? Take a minute. Put your last few questions over the chat since the form is not working. I will answer them quickly. All right, team. I'm going to take the last 3-4 questions and then answer them. All right. Let's see. In fact, there are a few more that have come. Team, hold on, please. Don't put any more because. All right, there you go. So let me look at this team, and then I'll take the remaining questions offline. Is the screen test? What will be the role of the members who fail the test? So, team, this I'll have to answer because I expect at least a certain thing. You have to go back through the training and then come back for that. Similar project anytime soon? Yes, we will, but it will take another 4 or 5 months for it to start. Let's see. If you're new to QA team, it'll take you some time, Rowena, to get into QTP and so on. So I will ask you to take the training, start with it, spend about 3-4 weeks, and then get into this. All right, team. So I'm sure there'll be more and more questions. What I want you to do is go back, watch this video again, and make sure that you use those 2 links to post your questions. We will fix the form also so that you can post, and we'll take it from there. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for attending. The schedule for the test and other details will be shared over the email. Appreciate you joining. Thank you all. Thank you, everyone. We will share the Word document also that I prepared. Okay. Thank you.